What's up, family? I'm back for a second time today. Jamie here. Hopefully this is gonna be really quick. I just have to record this. So I was watching, first of all, I was watching Price today, and today was just a hot stinking mess. Like people got destroyed today, and people made a lot of money. So whoever got destroyed, you made a lot of money for other people. And how do we make that money? We just have to understand price action and be able to execute without fear, manage our risk, trade your setup. What I'm about to talk about probably would not be your setup, and that's okay. But I'm just noticing something for me and something that I can continue to keep an eye on. So, first of all, I want to say that all of this right here is accumulation. So if we're going to do an AMD, we can expect some manipulation and then a distribution like on a higher time frame. So ideally, what I would like to see is like we get a manipulation down and then distribute up. At some point, it'll probably happen over a series of days, but we'll just have to wait and see. So I'm just recording this video because I recorded one earlier today and I was talking about AMD and then I saw it again. So I'm just like, it was like a repeat. Like if you watched that video today and you kept on watching the market, then you could have did exactly what I pointed out in that video. Now, mind you, I'm an ICT student. I'm a neophyte. Right now, I'm just tape reading all of this. I'm not going to say it's hindsight because I was watching it print, but I'm just, I'm not executing any trades on this, but I just want to point this out. So in my previous video, what did we do? We pointed out accumulation. So it's like anytime we're in accumulation, that could be you could look at that as a good thing because sometimes we'll be looking at it and we'll be like, oh my God, I can't, it's just chopping, it's just chop, chop, chop. But yeah, what it's doing is accumulating. So then, so that is our manipulation. And then in comes our distribution. So again, on the previous video, I was looking at, oh, what? Why are you doing it to me? In my previous video, I was looking at like where can I get in at the top, like where so I can like really be on the distribution. And when I was looking at this, I was like, you know what? Even if you miss it up here, if you look for what I had observed, 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 um, in the video that I did this morning, you could be looking for a retracement up to equilibrium. What is so beautiful about this is like it went to equilibrium and just, couldn't even get a body to close above it. So in here, you're not only in a bearish order block, but then you're also in this fair value gap right here. So even if you were like, okay, I am going to get in this trade, I'm going to let it come up to 50%, up. This might even be an OTE. Let's look at it. Let's look at it. Let me take out this one over here because it's too many lines. I am going to get in. Okay, it went a little above an OTE. The OTE is between 702 and 618. But let's say you were like, okay, I'm going to get in at 50% of the fair value gap. That entry would have been bird. Okay, so this is what I talked about. Like we have, when we're in distribution, it comes down, you allow for a 50% retracement, and then you can look for a setup. This like might even be one of ICT's models. I don't know if he's ever taught it. I know he's seen it. I know he's aware of it, but look at that. And then it's just a matter of either you look for your setup or it's like you look for it to start to respect bearish PD arrays. So before you get in on a bearish PD array. So right here, price dropped down, came back to this order block. These candles right here are an order block right here, came into the order block. Fair value gap, institutional order flow entry drill, order block, come back in like 50% of that order block, drops down, comes back in 50% of the order block. And then we have to know, like, where is price going? So when I looked at this, I was like, okay, check this out. Look at this beauty. I didn't have this rejection block in my previous video, but I was like, oh, well, look at there. It ran liquidity and came straight into, almost made it to 25% and missed it by a couple of ticks. But looking at this and putting on the fib like this right here, look at this. You have an OTE in a 15-minute BPR. This is a wee bit off right, y'all. Let's get this right. 15-minute BPR. Um, Probably, it looks like it went just over 25%. Look at this. Look at that. 25%. So obviously, if you would have had it at 50%, you would have missed it. But with this, of course, you're not getting in on this BPR. You would be looking at a lower time frame because your stop loss would have to go, I mean, at the very least down here, and that might be too much risk. So then you would be looking for on this move up after you trade it down on that wonderful, wonderful, look at this. Let's just not lose sight of this right here. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution, retrace up 50%, respect bearish PD arrays, comes down to high time frame PD array. And really, I would say that this falls in the realm of a market maker sell model, MMXM. Because it came back to this original consolidation before we came up here. So my goodness, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. So I think that's enough about that. Then I want to go back over here. So say, you're looking at this and you're like, what's my entry to get in to go long? Since it had such a great reaction off of this 15-minute BPR. And right here, it comes down back to the, I'm sorry, I got to use a different color for my new day opening gaps and my new week opening gaps. I think this is the new week opening gap. Let's see, a new day opening gap. So that was from Monday to Tuesday. Okay, new day opening gap. So like you could use that, but you might be like, yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if I should trust it. One of the reasons why you might be able to trust it is because it came into a disacounter right there. You might be like, okay, I'm in there like swimwear. You might even be really aggressive and get in on this volume imbalance right here because we had this displacement up, price came down right into this volume imbalance. That's aggressive. And then once it starts to go up, this can even be looked at like a little mini form of AMD. You had your accumulation here, it manipulated down, came into your PD array and distribution up. So oh my God, it's just so beautiful. And I don't think I see anything else in here that here on the 2-minute chart. Of course, this is why you have to look at multiple time frames, but check this out. BPR, hello, good night, have a nice day. BPR 50% inside of the new day opening gap in a discount. Ugh. All right, that's all I got for this one. Thank you very much. I wish this was shorter, but it is what it is. I'm putting it in my journal, and that's all I got to say. All right. If I misspoke, tell me what time it was, and I'll correct it in the comments below. Thank you very much, and have a nice day. Bye.